love it. The music is, yeah, it doesn't really help either. Through the tunnel of spikes. Ugh. Skeleton there. There is actually, I don't know if it'll work now, but...
I feel your pain.
Did you hear that?
I feel your pain.
So you can make him say, I feel your pain, if you click on the picture, the glass. And when I say picture, not as in obviously like a picture on the wall, as in like a picture of whatever it is you're drinking. That's what they call it on the strategy guide anyway. The glass and his hand, or foot, and he says, I feel your pain. That's just a bit of fun. You got that bit where I think they would stretch people. Ugh. There's the stocks. There's the, yeah, towards the end of the game, that actually works. It actually works. It's actually pretty grim. You can also go up here and so look. You have to sort of work out what numbers to put on there as well, and then you turn the or you push the lever there, and he falls down and hangs. So yeah, that's pretty grim as well. And then through here, that sets off the electricity. But again, there's an Ixupi that can come out of that. And this takes you into the actual puzzle room. As in, there are puzzles throughout the museum, but this is proper puzzle themed. So you've got like chess pieces and checkerboards and checkers on the wall and stuff. And it's proper bizarre, weird music as well. And this is again just another puzzle. And if you've ever played the game Mastermind, not the actual show where they quiz you, but the actual game with the pegs, if you know what I mean, where someone will like make up a code of 4 different coloured pegs, and you have to try and work out what colours they've chosen and in the right order, and they can then give you little pegs, a lot smaller pegs that they put in as you go along the game to tell people if they've got the right colour, or if they've got the right colour but it's in the wrong place, or if that colour's not in the actual combination at all, and you whittle it down to at the end you hopefully figure out what colours they've used and in the right order. So I could probably have a quick go at this actually just once. So there's the kind of pictures you might see. Alright, so you pull the lever, it could be any combination of pictures, and you know, they could be 2 of something, none of something, you know. So all you do then, is the first one you do is you just kind of have to just do whatever. So I'll go for like one of each sort of different picture. So there's a 3. So that looks like there's 3 of them where there's 3 are correct but they're in the wrong place. So you could probably, so you don't know which 3 are right, so that's the other thing. So you might then go, I don't know, maybe put, if you're going to go for that being correct, you might put that down there. Maybe the spider will go there. And maybe the one with the wings might go there, and then you might choose 2 maybe others that are completely different, like the skull and, you know, or maybe just a hand. Okay, so 12. So again, it looks like 1's in the right place and 2 are in there somewhere, but I've currently got them in the wrong place. So then you basically work your way along, keep going until hopefully you've figured it out by the time you run out of tries at the end, and then the door underneath that puzzle opens up, and then you carry on sort of thing. There's actually a pinball machine for another puzzle as you get through. So we'll just do one more then. So we're saying that one of them's correct. So it could, again, it could be either, but that's the one I changed recently. So we could go with, say that's right. and then there's 2 that are in the wrong position. So shall we put the one with the wings at the top, try and move it around again maybe? And then are we going to say the ants in there? But then that could be in there as well. That could be at the bottom. So we could put that there maybe, and then saying the hand's not there, because also there could be 2. There could be 2 of the same. You've got to remember that as well. There could be 2 that are repeated. So should we do that? Should we try a repetition? All right. Okay. So again, 20. So 2 and 0. So you've got potentially then 2 that are in the right place, and then the 0 is just like, I don't think that means a lot at all, to be honest. So yeah, you keep going along, and then eventually you do get it. It took me a few tries actually when I was doing it the other day, but eventually you do get it, and then I say it opens up underneath. All right. But yeah, you know, have any of you out there played this game? Have you played it, you know, back in the day? Have you never played it, but now you've seen this little kind of video showing you parts of it? You know, has it enticed you to track it down and have a go? If you can get it working on Windows 10, which is a bit of a long-winded way of doing it, because I had to purchase an installation file of someone. But it was totally worth it for me because I just love this game. There you go. Now you can hear it. Now you can hear it. It wasn't in there before. See what I mean? They move. They move. Oh, and in case you're wondering, that doesn't do anything. It doesn't move or activate anything. Right, before we finish this now, is it going to be in the fireplace? Yes or no? What do you think? I tell you what, type yes or no underneath now in the comments. I dare you. And click post before you watch this bit. No cheating. Go on, I dare you. Underneath, yes or no. Is it going to be in the fireplace so we can capture it in this vessel, or is he still elsewhere in the museum? All right, made your mind up? Right, let's see. Was he in the fireplace? He wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't in the fireplace. What a shame. This also has funky music. Apart from the ominous kind of dung as well. Love it. As I said to you earlier, if you remember, this is Professor Windlenot's bedroom. So there's his kind of hats he used to wear, and obviously his clothes. Sometimes that has an Ixupi in it as well. There's actually his journal on the desk as well that you can just sort of flick through. You might find something interesting in there. You've also got a clock on the bedside table that I think says 5:30. Yeah, and that apparently is significant later on. You can actually change it though. And there's lots of the different, you know, top halves of the vessels, the talismans. Nothing in there, by the way, in case you're wondering. There's nothing really on this side of the bed. It's quite eerie outside as well, to be fair. If you look out the window, just seeing the purple kind of night sky, which again, yeah, is quite creepy. I like it though, it's nice. Yeah, so we're just going to go straight back down, back in the elevator. The only thing is that the elevators are really useful to get you up and down to different floors. I mean, you can get round the elevators and go upstairs and stuff, but it does cut out some of those. But then the only downside of then going in the elevators as well from that is that you have to do these silly puzzles, which have now gotten even harder, because now you'll notice they've gotten bigger. So, and also some of the arrows have disappeared, so it's even more tricky. So again, just going to spend another hour just doing this puzzle, don't mind me. I shouldn't have done that, should I? I was right the first time. Did you see that? Oh, hang on, let's try this. Ah, there you go. It's better. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. It should have left it where it was. Right. So when we come down out of this elevator, the fireplace will be on our left. So again, it'll either be back in the fireplace and we can capture it, or it won't. But so I have captured them all now recently on a separate game file. So, I thought that was the fireplace making the noise, but it was the carpet going back over the wall. No, it's not. It's not there. It's not going to come back. It's not going to come back. Right, so I do know. I do know where the other location to capture this Ixupi is if it's not in that fireplace in the office. And it's actually in what's called the funeral rites room. And that's behind this door pretty much, and then you might have to go for a few more corridors. And there's another display that's sort of basically cremation, some more ashes, and you can get it out of there as well. So because this doesn't take long at all, and it's really straightforward, and it's probably one of the easiest puzzles in the game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually quickly just do it. Oh. And it is so simple because you can tell that a lot of it, there's only one possible way it can go. Hang on a sec. Let's do it this way. That's it. So we're just going to try this cremation display, and then that's it. You'll have seen there's been quite a bit of editing in this video anyway, where I've jumped from place to place because I just did not want it to go on for too long. But yeah, this is the funeral rites room. Perfect. So we're not going to go in there, even though there is something in there. That's not where we want to go, but there's obviously, you can hear it. That means there's an Ixupi in there. And if we tried to use that on there, it wouldn't work because it's the wrong location. But what we do want is the cremation display, and I can hear an Ixupi. I can hear it. It's there. It's there. Ashes. Ready? Right, let's go. Let's do this once and for all. There you go, and it sits there. And as you get more and more, because there's 10 of them, they all end up in a row, and then that's it. You've done it. So, yes, there's your other set of ashes. So, I really wanted it to be in the office, but it wasn't, so there we go, all right? And because I did do that puzzle as well, we are in another part of the museum that you guys won't have seen yet in this video. But, yeah, there's Lots of different exhibits. There's another book there. This is actually a really good book. I read all of this in the game actually, because this is actually a conversation between Beth and Merrick on the night they decided to sneak out and find a way into the museum. It gives you a little bit of an insight as to how it went and how they got on, sort of thing. Gives you a bit more information. It's just, I found it really interesting to kind of read about, in addition to the storyline and stuff. And actually in the cinema, there's on the podium on the stage, which you should see if you play it or if you watch some of the other videos that are on YouTube, there's another conversation between Merrick and Beth. And it just shows that back in the day when we didn't have phones and stuff, or we couldn't text and that, they would write notes to each other. So like Beth's written something on the letter, and then Merrick's answered underneath, and then sort of I think Beth's answered again or something. And it's a conversation where they kept coming back to the same piece of paper and writing on it and then running off. And again, it just reminds me, like, it's really cool, nostalgia. It reminds me of how back in the day you would pass notes at school and stuff because, you know, we didn't have phones and that. So yeah, it's really quite cool actually. And this is that other room with like the tribal stuff. Sometimes there's an Ixupi in there. Yeah, and there's that too. Again, artifacts and stuff. There is another puzzle. Anyway, there is another puzzle as well that opens up that door, and it involves this thing here where you have to select certain drums in the right order, and you figure it out by when you get to the top of the tower, once you've gone through the cinema, there's actually a CCTV camera up there, which when you look through it from above, from the actual control room upstairs, you can see on top of this roof here, on top of this bit of wood where the paint spilled, there's actually the answer above there to the puzzle. When you're looking through the camera, you can see the answer, but because you're underneath at the moment, you can't see it. Because I know it is a little bit of a hint, bit of a sneaky answer in there for you. For those of you that made it this far into the video, here's the answer to this. It's actually, this is where I get it wrong. This is where I get it wrong. No. It's Ram, Ta, Bo, Ba, Ta, Ram, Ba. So you take it off his hand and you go Ram, Ta, Bo, Ba, Ta, Ram, Ba. And you put it back. I honestly thought I was going to forget it suddenly then. And then it's again just another quick room that you won't have seen yet. Chariot. That's part of a riddle later on that it spins round. This is that red door again. Do you remember in Beth's Filofax in her bag that was left on the floor when we was in that underground bit with that weird music? You have to make that shape that's in her diary. And again, to save you going back to that part of the museum, you can get it from your flashback. How do I get out of this? That's it. And then there's another puzzle here actually where you have to do like a Simon Says. So it's like a sequence of different strings and you have to basically copy it, and it gets harder and harder. It actually gets so hard towards the end, you actually do have to genuinely write down on some paper or whatever which ones you've had so far, because if you number them 1 to 8, and then every time you get a new one, you just add to like the row of numbers you've already been noting down. It's not so bad, but if you try and memorise the whole thing in your head, all I can say is good luck. So yeah, can't go through there either. So that's basically it, to be fair. That's everything really that I can show you at the moment. So it's an amazing, amazing game. The music is incredible. The guy that composed it is just so talented, you know, and it's just so good. It's just so good. I can't say anything other than that, really. So, have you played Shivers before? If you have, what did you think of it? Did you manage to get all the Ixupis? Did you complete it? Let me know. That we're really interested to see what you guys have to say about it. Did you like it as an FMV game? Do you think it's really impressive for its time? Or do you think that, you know, there could have been a lot more done to it? We also managed to finally capture that Ash Ixupi. I say the 2 locations for that is the fireplace in the office or the cremation display in the funeral rites room. So yes, which brings us back to the main foyer.